Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Sakilla. Okay, today I will explain you now about the relationship between sadness and motivation of to speak English of the first year student of English study program of FKIP UR Pekanbaru. Okay, by Marhama Islamic University of Riau. Speaking is one of the four language skills. The purpose of speaking is to convey an idea or message to the listener. To be able to speak correctly, one must know all sorts of language rules in order to avoid miscommunication among speakers and listeners. Okay, and then we have a learning grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Speaking is practice skill, and then we know 1984 status communication talk speaking is commonly performed in face-to-face and apart the dialogue. The idea of speaking itself cannot be communication unless what is being said is referred and understood by another person. Speaking is oral interaction where each participant need to integrate the meaning of to content in media, findings to information and manage to in terms of who is to say what to whom and what about. And then there are 6 points. The C or he must think simultaneously. Choose are getting what the and then she or he want to say selection think the approach that word to convey the meaning, and then the part that she or he is going to use using the correct adjustment of sound, voice, pitch, and fall 3 number 2 August 2016, and then for making sure that she or he want to say in the appropriate situation, placing her tongue in lips in certain position. According to Bern 1185, there are some experts that have great influence in the speaking word needed, such as 1 pronunciation, 2 vocabulary, and 3 grammar. In pronunciation, there are 3 aspects the students should mastery. That is sound, stress, and intonation. If one of them does not run smoothly, it can cause a misunderstanding. Besides, its same vocabulary plays an important role in speaking. We cannot integrate them well, and then while to studying in speaking, students should have more than 5,000 words in their main and they should know when the word is used in grammar. Actually, grammar is not the only contribution factor. There are some other aspects which is facilitate the process of acquiring language. For instance, the method used by the teacher, the number of vocabulary processed by the student, and then in fact in the English study program of FKIP UR Pekanbaru, some of the students tend to be say in speaking English in front of the class even talk. Students have learning English from elementary school up to senior high school. They are still unable to express their ideas by speaking or making conversation. And then with a friend of the class, it made that they still have difficult to express their ideas, stuck and in a feeling. This might happen because of their feeling of shameless themselves. They are see because they have no self-confidence. The writer know that many of the students are say in speaking, half of them can communicate by English, but they are say to speak or make conversation with a friend. Among them, one student are able to speak, the other half can be close friend and the passive student. Based on written personal observation, explains she finds some reason why they are passive in speaking or making conversations with friends. They worried about what are think of them in answering the question during teaching and learning in classroom, and they do not have any confidence in themselves. In speaking class, the general aim of speaking class is to enable the student to express their point in English. However, since English is not our language, it's hard for them achieve it, and then they tend to be say in which is they feel our students have more skill in speaking English. They are also afraid of making a mistake when they spoke. Students who have high motivation in speaking properly will use English in any situation, with her in the classroom or outside the classroom. It can be concluded that students who have a low level sadness appraise themselves positively and are always optimistic and creative in the learning process of speaking. Okay, and then from the practical point of view, importance of sadness from consequence, this person, for example, of urban excessively uncomfortable and unex in social situation. And then question about he makes focus on the people are say according psychologists according in 2013. This research is a descriptive quantitative. The rest involves collecting data in order to answer question concerning the student of the subject of this study gave 1987. Okay, that for me. Thank you.